guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen, and today I'm here with my very late December wrap up. So in the month of December, I ended up reading a total of 10 books, which most of those were not physical copies that I had. So the first book that I read was Stay Sweet by Simone Vivian, which I ended up giving a 4 out of 5. This was just a cute little contemporary that followed a young girl who worked an ice cream stand, and the owner of the ice cream stand is like this older woman who makes the ice cream for it. So like you can't buy the ice cream anywhere else. So everyone loves this ice cream stand. It's a very successful stand during the summer, and just like a whole bunch of stuff happens. The owner ends up passing away, and the recipe for the ice cream gets lost, and basically the girl has been waiting for her senior year. It's her last year working at the stand, and she was hoping for a very different summer than she's getting. I thought it was very cute contemporary. Obviously there's romance in there because it's a contemporary. There's always, pretty much always, romance with a contemporary. I just thought it was great. It was my first book that I had read by Simone Vivian. It was very like well paced, and I just really enjoyed the story. I thought it was adorable, and yeah. The second book that I ended up reading was Mary Incus by Talia Hibbert, and I ended up giving this one again a 4 out of 5. I read this on my tablet as an ebook, and yeah, again, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't as like smutty as I thought it was going to be, so that was like kind of a little bit disappointing because I thought I was like getting into something that was like really smutty. But yeah, it's just a Christmas story about a girl who ends up working for this guy who's a tattooist, and you know, things just go from there, and it's just a cute little romance. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Gave it a 4 out of 5. Enjoyed the writing style. Probably going to look into more of Talia Hibbert's writing. But yeah, I just really enjoyed it. The third book that I read in the month of December was Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. I listened to this one on audiobook. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 again. Like most of the books I read this month were 4 out of 5s. I'm just really good at picking books that I know I'm going to like, right? I mostly listened to this one because I really want to watch the TV show that's coming out because David Tennant's in it, and how could I not want to watch it? And yeah, it's just basically it's about the apocalypse coming, and the Antichrist has been born, and basically there's countdown to the last day of the world. It was just really great because you have like Aziraphale, who's an angel, and Crowley, who's a demon, and they're friends, and yeah, it was just a really good story, and I'm really looking forward to watching the show. I think it's on Amazon. I think it's going to be Amazon Prime show, so really looking forward to that. I don't even know if it's out yet. It could be for all I know, and I just haven't noticed. But yeah, really looking forward to it. It was good. It was funny, and it was my first Terry Pratchett book, and I really liked it. So I will look into his works more, because yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this one. The fourth book that I read in the month of December was Sadie by Courtney Summers. I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5. No, I didn't give it a 5. I did really enjoy it, but I felt like there was something missing. Probably like I'm worried that maybe there was too much hype built up for me, and I was expecting something not quite what I got. I listened to this one on audiobook again, but I did really enjoy it overall. I think the ending was a little disappointing, um, but I understand. I can't see how it would have worked with any other ending, obviously. So, like, I get the ending, but it was a little disappointing, and I kind of wish it had been a little different. It does handle a lot of difficult subjects, like child molestation and things like that, and it's just it doesn't go into a whole lot of detail on it, thankfully, but it is like very difficult subject to read. I think I read this one in one day. So it was quite fast paced, and I wanted to keep listening, so it wasn't something I wanted to put down. Um, but it was just like something was missing, and I think it got a little overhyped for me, so I was expecting something not quite what I got. The fifth book that I read is the first one of these that is a physical book, and that is Educated by Tara Westover. Again, I gave this a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. There were some pretty horrifying parts in this, and like when I was reading it, I'm just thinking, this person is real. This is like a true account of what happened, at least to the best of her memory. And it was just so fascinating to me because it's such a different lifestyle than I had. And I just find it amazing how Tara Westover overcame her upbringing to become the person she is. Like, and when I think about how she's only 2 years older than me, I'm like super. It kind of makes me a little bit sad that I haven't achieved as much in my life. But like, she had a lot, like a very, very rough childhood, and I don't know how she became the person she did. Because I know if I was in her situation, I definitely would not have turned out the same way, probably, because I am not a very outspoken person, and yeah, I would probably listen to my parents. This is a memoir, so it's nonfiction, and I really enjoyed it a lot. The next book that I read in the month of December was another audiobook, and that was The Christmas Hirelings by Mary Elizabeth Broaden. I think it's Braden. I'm not sure how to say it. Anyways, I give this one 4 out of 5. It's just a very short novella-like classic that just basically is the story is like this lord is estranged from his daughter and has like disowned her for marrying beneath her, and his niece is with him for Christmas, and she's very lonely, and the house is very empty, and he has a friend come over, and this friend is like, well, why don't we hire some children, because Christmas is for children, which I agree, Christmas is very much for children. It just, I don't know, children just make it so much more exciting. So they hire these children, and basically this grumpy old man falls in love with them, and you know exactly where the story's going while you're reading it, but it's just such a nice classic, and it's just short and cute, and you just can't help but get like warm feelings from it because it is a Christmas story. So I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I gave it a 4 out of 5, and yeah, I might listen to it again next year, just because it is very good, little short. I listened to it on Christmas Eve even, so I really enjoyed it. Next one that I listened to was also I listened to on Christmas Eve, and that was Christmas Eve 1914, which is an Audible original. I ended up giving this one 3 out of 5 just because it was very sad. And like, I don't know if like how into history you guys are, but like my husband is really into history, so he's told me about how like on Christmas Eve 1914 during the First World War, like they stopped fighting and had like a very nice little celebration or whatever. Anyways, this is just like a letter that someone has sent to the mother of one of the new recruits that had shown up at the field, who ended up dying that night, before the truce was called, but who was essentially responsible for the truce. So it was very emotional, and I enjoyed it a lot. Next thing that I read in the month of December was Lullaby by Jonathan Mayberry. I'm not sure how to say his last name, I'm sorry. I ended up giving this a 3 out of 5. It's just a very short, again, Audible original, just a very short story about how this couple, I got it around Halloween. This couple got a haunted house, purchased a house that was supposedly haunted, and yeah, you can't. I don't really want to go, like, they're expecting their first baby, and I don't really want to go into a whole lot of detail because it is very, very short and very easy to like tell the whole thing. But yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5. Wasn't quite what I was hoping for, but it was still good. And I still enjoyed the listen. Just, it could have been a little longer, I think, and it ended very suddenly. Second to last book that I read in the month of December is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. Yes, I finally finished this. And now, I haven't read Kingdom of Ash yet, but I end up giving this 4 out of 5. Kale is not my favorite person. I'm still not super pleased with him. I thought he was very mopey, like, this whole book, and it really bothered me. But overall, it's Sarah J. Maas. I liked the rest of the storylines a lot. I liked Irene. I'm not sure how to say her name. I think it's Irene. But yeah, I liked her a lot. I thought she was a great character and just loved everything about it, basically. It just, it was very slow to start for me. It is like the 6th or 7th book in the series. I guess if you include the Assassin's Blade, it's the 7th. If you don't, it's the 6th. I did really enjoy it and can't wait to start Kingdom of Ash. I just need to know how this story ends. I just can't wait for like certain characters to meet because they've met before and just meet again and know who they are. Like, I'm really looking forward to the reunions in Kingdom of Ash because, I mean, there's got to be reunions, right? Like, I haven't read it yet, obviously, and most people have, so yeah. And the final book that I read in the month of December was The Wizards of Once by Cressida Cowell. I ended up giving this one 3 out of 5. Yes, it is a middle grade. Yes, that's probably why I got a 3 out of 5. It was good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the narration because this one was narrated by David Tennant, and I listened to it on audiobook, and I did really enjoy it, but like, I feel like had I read it when I was younger, it would have been much better for me. So I'm hoping, because I'm planning on reading How to Train Your Dragon, I'm hoping that I will enjoy it much more. This one was just, things were a little too convenient, but it's about a wizard boy who doesn't have his magic and a warrior girl who is weird and a disappointment to her mom, and like the warriors and the wizards are against each other because the warriors don't have magic and they think all magic is evil, and witches are like this evil entity that's basically been eliminated. But yeah, it was a very interesting story. I don't know if I'm going to continue on with that series or not, but it was a good listen, and I'm glad that I did end up reading it. So yeah, these are just a couple of the books that I read in the month of December. Most of them were digital this month, so I don't really have them to show you. So yeah, let me know down below what you read in December and what your favorite book was of the year, and I will see you guys later. Bye!